What is up, guys? Welcome to another episode of The Hunt. In today's episode, I'm going to go set up 3 trail cameras on a farm that I've been hunting for the last few years. But just before we do that, if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell. Also, if you don't follow us on Facebook, head on over to Facebook and search for our Facebook page, The Hunt, and our Facebook group, The Hunt, a group for hunters. Some of the things we've been sharing on there are pretty cool. We like to give stuff away. We do raffles. We ask the members for advice, tips, tricks, strategies, all that. We like to get in there, get to know you guys, let you get to know us. And it's more than just Facebook videos. It's more than just YouTube videos. It's connecting on a whole nother level. Something you'll find on our page and in our group is we just got some hats in. One of the hats is gray with black. It's a snapback, pretty cool hat. The other one is a black multicam. Both snapbacks. You can pick those up from us just by messaging us on Facebook, or you can leave a comment below. We'll get with you if you're interested in buying a hat from us. We really appreciate all your support. And without further ado, let's jump right in. So one of the great things about this property is that it's literally just minutes down the road from my house. So coming out here to hunt after work or just pull a couple of cards, super easy, super quick, and don't have to make a long drive to get that done. So if you remember my first trail camera video, if you haven't seen it, you can check it out here. I actually hung my camera about waist height. The main reason for that was that I was wanting to conceal it from other people. And for this camera setup, I'm gonna hang it about 6 foot high. I'm gonna use some of these limbs here and put it at a downward angle. There's a mowed path right through here out in front of me, and it should be able to clear right over the top of these weeds that I have right here into the mowed path. It's not at eye level with deer, so it shouldn't be a problem with that. And another thing I'm doing this year is really trying to focus on north facing cameras, and the main reason for that is just the sun. The sun typically, especially the more we get into fall and winter, is going to stay in the south sky. So the more north facing cameras I have out, the better quality pictures. I'm not dealing with as many shadows and silhouettes. I can actually see what I'm working with. One thing that I did want to point out is that I'm putting this camera, honestly you probably can't see it, but I have a stand set up about 20 yards behind this tree. I was able to successfully harvest a doe out of this tree last year. You'll see that in my first episode. I'll also link that here. But what I wanted to do is pull up HuntWise and mark where I'm putting my camera. So I'm going to put my camera on this tree with the stand right behind it. Pretty simple to use. Add a marker. Trail camera, I can name it. I'm not going to do that. And it's done. So now I can mark all my trail cameras. I got a stand right here. We're good to go. Alright, so we just traveled about 200 yards south of where I just hung the last camera. So we're going to put this one on this small tree. Same thing, eye level, downward angle. I've got the camera set up on a logging trail that goes through here. This thing was logged like 10 years ago, but the trail's still very much traveled. Big timber everywhere around us, and then a hay field off to the east. So Another big travel corridor, just like the mode path over there by a bunch of bedding. A lot of this, once you get over the hill, is nothing but bedding down in all those treetops that were logged back in the day. And the top of this ridge that runs through here is a huge buck travel corridor. I've seen a couple mature bucks out here, mostly young, but that's why we let them grow, right? So I got a stand over there. I've got one about 40 yards on top of this ridge. So we're going to set a camera up here, super easy to access. I'm not bugging up the area if I come pull the card. So like I said, eye level, somewhat north facing, and I'm going to try to catch them coming through here. So we got 2 down, 1 to go. Hanging all 3 cameras near a stand. Just makes sense to me to be able to try to inventory deer near where I actually have stands at. So for this one, we're going to go to the other side of the farm. Most of this so far has been on hayfield that we're driving through now. I don't even know if the farmer's actually going to bale it this year, but he did last year. Maybe he lets it grow for a couple years. But this next camera is going right on the edge. It's actually between this hayfield and a bean field. So once we get over there, I'll show you where the camera's going to go. Okay, so for this last camera, I'm going to put it right here on this tree. This ridge starts at the hayfield that we just came off of, and it runs all the way up to the bean field. Awesome travel corridor for deer. Bucks like to run this ridge, especially in November. So we're gonna put this camera right here. I mean, there's a beat down path right here. I'll show it here in just a second. But we're gonna put this right through here, get this camera set up, and check our inventory here in about 3 weeks, 4 weeks, see where we're at. Maybe we need to do some minor adjustments with the cameras. They should be in good places. 2 of them are in the same place. I had 2 of them last year and then 1 new spot. So we'll see how it goes. Now this camera I actually did set just a little lower due to the lay of the land. That ridge is a little high and this is pretty thick in here. So I really want to catch these deer running right down this ridge. I don't think if I could angle any other way without having a bunch of stuff in the way, and I want to leave this in the most natural state that I can, without having to cut back limbs and things like that. So hopefully it's not an issue. This one is an east-facing camera, but I want to monitor this ridge, and that's the only way to do it. Alright, so that's it for this episode. Gotta get out of here because the mosquitoes are starting to find out where I'm at. But before we go, I did want to show some trail cam pictures that some guys sent into our Facebook group. We told them that we'd pick a few and put them on, so here they are. Can't wait to show you some of our own. Thanks for watching.